Another key aspect of AI that can actually really help us in the creative process is not so much the fact that it can solve a problem for us or hoover up one, authoritative answer, but that actually it is its ability to kind of force us to ask questions, right? And at the bottom of every answer, it says it suggests a number of questions. To me, that's the beauty, because it's those questions that we dig into that really help us discover what we can create at the end of the day. And so you were sharing with us earlier with me, Tom, how so much of the medical AI tools are actually examples of just that, of ways of leveraging the questions versus the answers to make us more creative. Can you dive into that a little bit more?
Yeah, so we're just talking about artistic tools. Now we're kind of going to really practical considerations.
Yes, but if creativity is about coming up with ideas, certainly the medical profession needs to come up with ideas to help solve for people's ailments.
Exactly, and the social good of having a well-functioning AI tool that can offer help is that, doctors sometimes are few and far between, especially in, quote, third world settings. There are perhaps more nurse practitioners than there are doctors, and a tool that can help nurses kind of come up with a reasonable way to proceed treating a patient, very valuable. So, there's been a lot said about how there's enormous amount of error and hallucination and kind of AI programs that help doctors. But, if you get away from the notion that we're looking for a diagnosis, but rather that we're looking for wayfinding and how to ask the right questions, I think that if we can design medical AI in a way that facilitates the asking of cogent and effective questions and helps us in our wayfinding toward a diagnosis, that would be the best thing to do. So to go back to our example of creativity in art, where the AI called Chord Ripple presents a huge cognitive map of various musical compositions, which a composer can draw on to create his own chord progressions, his own musical compositions. The AI can present a kind of a whole history of, say, a disease state, or it can represent or give examples of blood tests that were taken, say, 20 or 30 years ago. It can help doctors understand the pros and cons, because it breaks that down, the various treatment options and the various diagnoses. So instead of looking for a diagnostic kind of godlike answer, we want to integrate AI into the creative process of a doctor, which is his diagnostic, process. Yeah.